Hey Sean, where are you? It's like 4:45 already, damn late, you know? What? In the cupboard? You're joking. What the hell?
Dude, have you seen the curls? I need to find them faster. Yeah, the black box. Then what are we doing here? Let's go faster.
Tpjc presents Ties with our neighbors. How do our neighbors see us? Do we have good relations with our neighbors? What does the future hold?
Man, history is tough. Hey, did anyone copy down the statistics of Malaysia and Indonesia? I need it for question 3.
I think I have it somewhere. Oh, I found it. According to here, right, they say the majority of Malaysians are Malays, contrary to the rumours that there are more Chinese than Malays. And Indonesia, yep, majority Malays too.
Yeah, I guess that's why Malaysia and Singapore disagree sometimes. It's only natural to have, creative differences.
But it's not that we haven't had similarities. We did merge once, right? But we split, remember?
Singapore has broken away from the Malaysian Federation and become independent.
For me, it is a moment of anguish because all my life.
To Lee Kuan Yew, independence came as a shock. But any hope of a bright future together collapsed as Malays and Chinese turned on each other. Malaysia's leader, Tunku Abdul Rahman, ejected Singapore from the Federation.
And so we decided that we must part company.
Fine, but it's not like we never tried to make the relationship work, right?
Anyway, Malaysia, Singapore, Malaysia, Singapore. Oh yeah, we were on this last time before. Do you guys remember the haze?
Oh, I remember this one. Indonesia uses the slash and burn method for their forest every year. And that's why we have haze.
Yeah, we know you're smart, okay?
But the haze also affected many of Indonesia's neighbouring countries.
Because haze can cause many health problems like asthma. Remember there was once when we all had to stay at home indoors a whole day because the haze was too serious. Of course, that day we didn't have any school one.
Yeah, and it was a dark and gloomy day for Singapore.
Blaming around our strategic location.
And because of our strategic location, we've been affected by epidemics like bird flu and SARS.
Stop. Why are we discussing about natural disasters and epidemics? Relations, people. Relations.
Oh, it's quite upsetting that Indonesia banned their export of sand and granite to Singapore just because they felt that we paid them too little. I wonder why. And to think Singapore has helped Indonesia so much in times of need, like sending medical and financial assistance, especially during the haze periods.
Well, sad stuff aside, at least Indonesia did provide us with the materials for our land reclamation, and in a way, they did aid us.
And besides Indonesia, Malaysia also helped us by supplying water. But in return, we have to treat the water and send it back to them.
Speaking of which, they recently increased the price of water, right? Why?
I think it's because the floods they had were caused by our land reclamation or something.
Right, but hasn't the water issue always been with or without the land reclamation problem?
Yeah, that's why Singapore is looking for other alternatives like new water, desalination plant and water agreements with other countries.
Which reminds me of a discussion with 3 of my friends.
Come to think of it, I wonder how other countries view our successes.
The world does think very highly of us, but it's a pity we have to rely on other countries for natural resources. That makes good relations with other countries all the more important.
Although we are a small nation, it doesn't mean that we can be bullied. We must also learn to look for alternatives and not just rely too heavily on one country.
I agree with that, but if our neighbours become too demanding, we can't agree with them all the time, right?
Yes, we should not rely too heavily on one country or give in to pressure at all. Then only more trouble will come.
Right. Our neighbors do feel threatened by us. But even though expenses are higher here, we still do have the skills and money.
But at the end of the day, ties with our neighbors are still very important.
That is why bilateral, regional and international ties are so important for Singapore.
Mr. Lee just messaged me and told me to remind you guys that regarding the GP assignment, I think. Have you guys done it?
Yeah, yesterday.
Oh, damn it, I've not.
What article? What? How was I supposed to know?
Anyway, what's the article about,
The Temasek and Shincorp deal. It's about how the Thais are unhappy that the Temasek Holdings bought Shincorp.
Why are they unhappy? They be ugly.
It's because they felt that Temasek Holdings did not comply with all the Thai laws and regulations, and there were irregularities in the transactions between the two companies.
For instance, many Thais were unhappy that their Prime Minister, Thaksin Shinawatra, did not want to pay the taxes for the deal, even though it involved a lot of money.
The Thais were also upset that the Thai government would sell such important national concessions, such as just satellites and mobile phone lines.
That is not good because it's affecting our ties with Thailand.
What do you mean?
Our government cannot step in to help Temasek Holding because it will seem like as if Temasek Holding belongs to our government. This might make it harder for Temasek Holding for them to do business in the region in the future.
Then also people might suspect that Singapore, the government has ties or like has dealings with Thaksin. Yeah.
However, I also think that it is because Singapore doesn't that it's making the Thai government unhappy, and it's the cause for the worsening relations between us and them.
Yeah, we are such a small country with humans as our only resource, so we can't afford to have any conflicts with our neighbors. We do have a lot of deals with them, you know.
You mean like how we import foreign talents to help us?
Yeah.
Wow, you're getting smarter.
Yeah, foreign talents like Tpjc. Singapore has like achieved a lot through like importing all these like foreign talents.
Yeah.
We have been integrating foreign talent in our society today.
And Singapore, at the crossroads of great shipping lanes, is a city born of globalization.
The greatest danger which Singapore faces today, in my view, is that we have been so successful in the past. And the temptation is always there, that when you have a model which has given you success, you tend to believe that that model will continue forever, and you extrapolate into the future. But the point is that the world has changed.
As a hub for Southeast Asia and the Middle East, strong trust laws allow foreign investors to invest more confidently in Singapore and boost Singapore's image as a safe and secure country to invest in.